Hey, it's Christine, Manifestation Queen, here to remind you of your manifesting power. Yes, you are the operant power in your life. You are creating it all. We're still discussing the science of getting rich, and I felt called to read Thinking in a Certain Way. I have a quick story before I read it of how I manifested third row seats at my favorite to see my favorite comedian, a show that was going on in my um, nearby city. And I did this. I was thinking in a certain way. So what happened was I've been following this comedian, Joe Coy, on TikTok. I love his stuff and saw that he was touring and he was going to be in my nearby city in March. And this was back in December. And I was like, oh, I want to go see the show. And I was looking at tickets and they were like 300 bucks for like good seats. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to pay that much for a comedy show. But I thought about it more and I was like, no, I really want to go. And I was like, I want to be in the third row because I think that would be a good angle. Like first row, I feel like you would angle your head too much, but third row would be like you'd be right there. I'd see him, and yeah, that's what I wanted. I had a quick visual of me and my husband being in the third row, seeing Joe Coy. So, and I waited forever because I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to spend that much money on a ticket. Blah blah blah, all these stories in my head, and then finally I was like, no, I'm making a definite decision. I want to go. I want my husband to come with me. He doesn't even know Joy Coy. He wasn't even interested in going, but I was like, no, he's coming with me. This is what I want. And I wanted to be in the third row. And I started looking for tickets, and the closest I could find was like the 10th or 12th row. And I was like, oh, I guess that's pretty good. And then there was something in me that was like, oh, check this other website. And on this website, I found two tickets left in row C, which was the third row. Because I went row one was A, row two was B, row three was C. And I was like, oh, C for Christine. Those tickets are just for me. And they ended up being, I think, like, I forget, $500 each. But I was like, no problem. I am the person that can afford those kind of things. I'm the version of me that is VIP and gets what she wants. So I bought those tickets, and yes, we had an amazing time at Joe Coy. And it was so funny to see the look of my husband's face when we were going to our seats. He's like, we're all the way down here. Like, yes. Keep going, keep going. We're all the way to the stage. Felt like we were VIP. It was amazing. But anyway, it was a good learning lesson for me to think in a certain way. Here's what Wallace D. Waddles, the author, says. You must form a clear and definite mental picture of what you want. You cannot transmit an idea unless you have it yourself. You must have it before you can give it, and many people fail to impress thinking substance because they have themselves only a vague and misty concept of the things they want to do, to have, or to become. It is not enough that you should have a general desire for wealth to do good with. Everybody has that desire. It is not enough that you should have a wish to travel, see things, live more, etc. Everybody has those desires too. If you were going to send a wireless message to a friend, you would not send the letter of the alphabet in their order and let them construct the message for you, nor would you take random words from the dictionary. You would send a coherent sentence, one which meant something. When you try to impress your wants upon substance, remember that it has to be done by a coherent statement. You must know what you want and be definite. You can never get rich or start the creative power into action by sending out uninformed longings and vague desires. I have been a victim of this. I'm like, oh, I just want lots of money. I want to live a luxurious lifestyle, just being more general about it, which feels good, but you need like a definite thought, like very clear exactly what you want. That clear mental picture you must have continually in your mind, as the sailor has in mind the port toward which he is sailing the ship. You must keep your face toward it at all time. You must no more lose sight of it than the steersman lose sights of the compass. So, as my manifestation story that I just talked about, like I knew what I wanted. I wanted third row tickets. I wanted my husband to come with me. So I needed two tickets. I was going to be at the Joe Coy show. And then everything worked out for me. Like I found a babysitter for my kids and like everything just lined up so perfectly. It was like effortless. I had the money for the tickets. I felt VIP. It was great. So be specific. Instead of saying, I want to be wealthy, which I mean, if you want, but what's the dollar amount? I would like $80,000 in my savings account. Get the clear mental picture of what that looks like. You open your banking app and you see that transaction of $80,000 in your account. Repeat that over and over. Feel it as if it's already done, it's already there. And then watch how it comes in. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.